All right, good day and welcome to Personality Profile here on Joy 99.7 FM and of course on Joy Prime. My name is Lexis Bill, and you know, when I take a seat like this, it means I have a son of the land in the seat to share their story and talk about issues of national interest. Yes, brothers who are making Ghana proud. And today I have one such honorable gentleman in my studio. In fact, I can call him one of our own. Yes, I can call him my president. Look, this man has defied all odds and risen to the high echelons of society, and today he sits at the helm of a very, very instructive organization, a very sensitive one that actually contributes to national development, the Fourth Estate, the media. Yes, the Ghana Journalists Association would call him their president. I'll tell you a little bit about him before we get to meet him here on Personality Profile. He's a dynamic and versatile communications professional with experience in handling institutions, communications, strategies, and events and publicity. He's a former managing director of the Atinka Media Village, a subsidiary of the Tobinco Group. He previously worked as general manager for Jam Media Group, that's now Atinka Media Village, after leading a team to establish Atinka FM, Ajinkwa FM, Ahonto FM, and later Atinka TV, somewhere in 2014. He was a freelance reporter for several years and several newspapers as well, including Insight and Independent. But in 2010, together with Suleiman Brahma, who's now the executive director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, they set up the Ghanaian Analyst newspaper. He's also served as a PR consultant for a lot of institutions and individuals, including the managing director of the National Investment Bank, Ghana Commercial Bank, BOST, Tobinco Pharmaceuticals, the National Lottery Authority, and a lot of institutions and individuals. Back in 2018, he became a member and spokesperson for the Presidential Committee on Foreign Retail Trade Committee under the chairmanship of the former Minister of Trade and Industry, Alan Trematin. In addition to his first degree, this brother doesn't want to stop. Actually, he acquired his first degree at GIMPA. He later on will go and pursue 3 postgraduate degrees. And I'm like, will he stop? I have a feeling he's actually still in school. But of course, his postgraduate degrees include an MA in Monitoring and Evaluation, an MA in International Relations and Diplomacy, and a postgraduate certificate diploma in Public Administration. He's a member of the Federation of African Journalists Steering Committee. He's a Chief Executive Officer of the West End Communications and Media Consultancy Limited, publishers of the Daily Analyst and Business Analyst, and currently the president of the Ghana Journalists Association. You know him as Mr. Albert Kwabena Dwumfuor, but we call him the General One. Welcome, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
So good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thank you for welcoming us into your office today. I know you're a busy man around this period, but we had to actually make time and talk to you because you've done amazing the past 3 years as GJA president. How are you, by the way?
I'm fine, and of course, Lexis, I can't say no to you. They don't know me. I call you killer.
Yes,
we
understand
the
killer. We understand that.
We understand that. I'm doing wonderfully well, my brother.
Yeah, that's good. No, I need to say congratulations to you. Of course, we've witnessed how you have transformed the association and actually led the affairs of journalists in Ghana and put them in good standing. And I need to say congratulations for all the work that you've done.
Thank you so much.
But I need to say, look, I know you're busy around this time, and rightly so, because elections are how many days away? Just 48 hours away or less, you know.
Less, yeah.
So I don't know, what has been keeping you busy these past couple of days?
Of course, this is a crucial election we find ourselves, and for that matter, the stakes are very high. Ghana is at a crossroad to defend the peace we've been enjoying and also to defend our democracy. Ghana is for no reason that Ghana is seen to be the beacon of democracy in Africa, because when we look at the sub-Saharan region, Ghana is the first country to attain independence, and for that matter, we led the way, we showed the way. And so during this crucial period, sensitive period like this, where you're having a ruling government working so hard to break the hate, historically, we've had these two parties doing 8 years under the Fourth Republican Constitution. It was the Fourth Republic from 1992 to now. And so having a government in power who is poised to break the eight, and also an opposition, the main opposition party, say no, we will make sure that you will make that history happen, and that we are taking over the seat of government, and so the stakes are so high. There's so much tension, euphoria. We can feel the euphoria as, in fact, if you are a key stakeholder, key partner in this exercise, you'll feel it. Again, when you talk of democracy, you talk about the media. You know, there will be no democracy without the media. When you read the Constitution, or as the media, one of our key or core role, fundamental role, is to deepen democracy, ensure good governance and accountability. And how do we do that? Because we have always said that an attack on the media is an attack on democracy. Because in the past, where we used to in the military regime, we used to have the autocratic and the military rule. We're not democratic, and you didn't see the media strive. You didn't see the media having it independent and freedom in discharging its duty. But from '92 coming, and with the emergence of the private media, and in fact, now I can tell you that we have over 700 media institutions, media houses, media firms, stations in the country. This is because of the democracy we are enjoying. And for that matter, that tells you that the media plays very crucial role in ensuring the transparency, credibility, the fairness, and whatever you may call it, of the election. And so during this period, the whole country looks up to us. You and I, we represent the eyes, the ears, and the mouth of the people. Why? Because the people do not have the opportunity. In fact, what we are doing here, we have the platform, we have the pen, microphone. How many people, over 32 million Ghanaians, how many of them will have the opportunity to be heard? Not all of them, but we echo their issues, their problems, their concerns. We make sure that we advocate for development in their various communities and environment, or let me say societies, their various societies. And so in times like this, they look up to us to actually shape their decisions. Where to vote, who to vote for, what decision should I take? This is a decision-making period. And for that matter, whatever information the media put across, and don't forget the core principle, the core pillars of the media, to inform, educate, and entertain. And so, if we don't inform well, it means that we'll end up misinforming, ending up creating misinformation, or should I say, ending up enhancing misinformation. And so, we need to be well informed as journalists to be able to inform. Because if you are not well educated, you cannot educate others.
Absolutely.
You only give what you have. And so this period, we are so busy preparing our people, training our people, you understand, building their capacity in terms of making sure that their mental capabilities is well equipped, enhancing their professional development, so that at least when they go out there, when they are communicating, when they are educating, when they are informing, they inform credibly, and they will make sure that they will discharge their duty professionally.
How confident are you in the media today to do a good job, of course, with credibility, impartiality, and objectivity, especially around these very tense moments? Like you rightly said, I mean, the media is a very big pillar and instructive to the process. How confident are you in Ghana's media and the journalists?
I think, Lexis, I can tell you that I am over 80% confident. This is because since assumption of office, the very time I have really enjoyed the support, the cooperation of the media has been this year. I'm telling you. You see, because even where we are now today, if you are still enjoying peace in this country, today, if the country is not in turmoil, today, if there is no chaos, today, if you and I are sitting here comfortably having this discussion, it is because of the good job of the media. Because the media, if the media has instigated anything that will heighten tension, if the media has availed a platform to heighten tension and to create confusion, and also to avail their platform for hate speech and all that, we wouldn't be here. Because you know that most of the times we have the political actors hiding behind media platforms and throwing tantrums and all that.
Yeah.
But then the media has lived up to expectation. Despite the few excesses, we wouldn't say that we have been 100%. There are excesses. You know, most of the time these excesses emanated or come from the deep-rooted media houses who are deep-rooted in politics. You understand? It is not a secret anymore that the ownership structure of the media is really insecretive, it's hidden. But some of us, with the aim of affairs and from what we said, we can tell you that about 70% of the media is owned by the politician. 70% of media houses, 70% of media houses are owned by the politicians. And so that should tell you that regardless, you can't take the politics, the alignment away. We have said that, look, before any political alignment, remember that you are a Ghanaian. Secondly, remember that you have a profession to uphold and to defend and to protect. And that profession is the media, that profession is the journalism. That makes you who you are. And that if you understand that, anytime you sit behind your microphone, anytime you take your pen, you know that even though I am aligned with political party A or B, but when I sit behind my microphone, when I pick my pen, I am what? I am professional.
So it seems to me that you're not worried about the fact that some of these media houses are politically exposed or probably owned by politicians. And if you talk about 70% of the media houses being owned by politicians, that's
huge.
That's huge.
I know.
You know, doesn't that affect, you know, the delivery of the media? Don't you think that the polarization might be endemic, probably more endemic than we think?
You see, we are practicing media pluralism. You know, even with this, I can tell you that we've been able, Ghana has come so far to even limit or reduce self-censorship in the media. And for that matter, I don't think polarization in the media works. Like I'm saying, there are few excesses. There are few ones who have chosen that path. You understand, of being political and in the act or in the event of churning out maybe misinformation, fake news, and all that, creating unnecessary tension on there. But then, I can tell you that majority have lived up to, because see, the profession, the certificate you have, the knowledge you have acquired, they said you'll be a journalist, you'll be a media practitioner. And I can tell you that this job is a core. If you don't have this core, it's like those who haven't heard the voice of God and start building churches and say that you are the men of God. In fact, if you have not been called by God, you know, you struggle. I know somebody who started church 11 years ago, and he started a church with 11 people, and to today he's still having 11 people. You understand what I'm saying? So if you are not called by God, but if you are called, if you see this industry, the fraternity as a core, you discharge it with ease. You discharge it effortlessly. You do it indispassionately, and you wouldn't have any issue with any alignment or not. Look, let me tell you, even with the politicians who own the media houses, they will even respect you as a journalist if you stand firm and discharge your work professionally. We are saying that. Look, all of us vote. Kela, as we speak, the EC commissioners, they voted. During the special voting.
In fact, one of the trending pictures was the picture of the EC chairperson, Jean Mensah.
She voted. So it means that she voted for a political party. She voted for somebody. But that shouldn't reflect in the discharge of her work. That in as much as that all of her, because you and I will vote, it shouldn't discharge. Nobody should know where Lexis stand, even though you also have a preference and you wish that party A or B wins. But then in the discharge of your work, you are professional. And you don't expect, yes, and that is what the EC put. You think they don't also want a particular party or particular presidential candidate to win? They have interest.
Yeah.
But then it shouldn't take the better side, shouldn't take the better side of you. And again, you can remain professional regardless of your political affiliations. You see, I always give the example. I said that, look, as we preach press freedom, as we are being encouraged to defend and protect press freedom, we also want to ensure media responsibility. Because press freedom is not vague. Press freedom doesn't stand on its own. Press freedom comes with media responsibility. Because where your freedom ends, another one begins. And so if we are ensuring and we are defending press freedom, it doesn't mean that you should be reckless and do anything anyhow because of press freedom. Reason we have come out, if you have observed, you realize that we have come out to even call out people. We have come out to call out journalists, media practitioners who have been what? Who have been reckless in the discharge of their duties. Because we feel that if we don't do that, recently there was a journalist with one of the stations in Ashanti, I don't want to mention, who had come out to misinform the public that the election is going to take place in
over 2 days.
Yes,
I think
over
I
2 days,
heard that
different
report.
dates, yes,
Yeah.
on different dates,
Yeah.
on different days. That the first 7 will vote on the 7th, and then the other to continue like that.
Yeah.
How could you be such reckless? I will lose goal that.
I think I learned the police picked him up.
They picked him up, even though we don't agree. We don't agree, regardless of the fact that he is misinformed. There was an excess on his part. He was reckless. He was unprofessional. He was unethical. We think that some of these issues must be dealt with the due process of the law, by using the civil remedies. We don't support the police always using those obnoxious laws, the Electronic Communication Act, and that criminal act, the section I'll refer to it. There are 2 obnoxious laws which the police have been using in regards to false news publication to arrest journalists. We have condemned that regardless of the fact that we condemn what he did and that we are not in support and we think that it is not journalism, and we have called on the media house to orient 8 personnel, that is the 8 personnel with the media practitioners within the organization, and also take sanctions against him. We will not agree that the police will continue to use these obnoxious laws to curtail free speech.
So in this case, are you suggesting that you're leaving the should I say the sanctioning of this particular journalist and I'm using this particular one as a case study?
Yeah.
Are you leaving the sanctioning or any repercussions of such an act to the media house? The GJA doesn't have any role to play in.
One we can sanction. Yes, one. The NMC is there. The NMC is the regulator. NMC is the constitutional body mandated by law to regulate the space, to ensure some of these things. And I know we are aware, because we held a press conference last week. We had the NMC Executive Secretary here, and I know they picked the matter. So I'm sure that the NMC is going to do justice to it, because they have the sanctions. And aside that, we are encouraging the media house, because at the end of the day, whatever that it is, if the media house, you see, if you support such cause, you may think that it is maybe in favor, or maybe you are scoring political point from it. But remember, there's a saying that, you understand that? Yes. Tomorrow, they will turn it on you. Because we know some presenters and journalists who have been engaging in such recklessness and just unprofessionalism, and their media houses look unconcerned. And one day, like we've been in this country, they turned to them, and we started biting them. These personnel, these presenters, who are said to be staff or maybe like workers of the media houses, started this thing, attacking people recklessly, engaging in unethical behavior and all that, and their media houses looked unconcerned. And they got to a point where they turned their gun on their own house and started biting them. So how can you whip them? You can't whip them, because you've allowed him And now he has grown wings, and now he's biting you. And so you will take the pain. So what we are saying is that we should always make sure that media houses, the credibility of every media house depends on what? On what they churn out, on how its personnel or presenters or journalists discharge their work.
Yeah.
That gives some credibility or some credence to that media house.
Do you think generally in Ghana, do we have a system that maybe stifles press freedom? And I'm saying this on the back of the past couple of weeks has seen a little bit of controversy, especially when the EC came out to release a certain quota for media houses that will be present in the Coalition Center and all of that. I mean, there was a lot of uproar in the media space about the number that's allowed and how it's suggested that it's probably an attempt to stifle press freedom and limit the impact of, the work of the media personnel. Do you think there's an attempt like that?
You know, my brother, when it comes to press freedom, I am the #1 defender of press freedom. And the GJ is the most institution who rise against anyone who want to gag the media or stifle press freedom. And I said it when this EC memo or whatever communique came out, leaked out. In my presser, even when we're still engaging, remember, and let me put it this way, Killer, we have a very, very good working relationship with the EC. Very cordial. Personally, I have worked with the EC, yes. I've even consulted for them somewhere in the past. And so I have a very good relationship, and even with the commissioner. But when it comes to anything that has the tendency to affect the interests of the media, not even press freedom, to affect the interests of the media, the welfare of the media, and also to stifle press freedom and to gag the media, to restrict the media, to limit the media. Even if you are my mother, even if you are my father, I will sacrifice you. Because that is why I am on this chair. That is why I am, because the media has entrusted a lot of confidence and repose confidence in me to lead this charge during this material moment. And I believe that if you have anything, taking a decision with regards to the media, we can engage. You can engage me. Whatever it is, if I feel that you're making sense, if I feel that maybe your reasons are grounded and logical, I'll rather channel through my people. I'll come back to my constituents. I'll come back to my team and say, look, this is what you're saying. And having listened to them, I think they're making sense. Let's try and meet them halfway. I think let's do this. When that engagement happens, we will always be there.
Are you suggesting the Electoral Commission didn't engage the media?
They didn't engage before
and journalists before that memo came out?
No, my brother. No, they didn't. They know.
As major stakeholders in this election, that didn't happen.
Of course, it was after the backlash. It was when we had, in fact, when we saw my regional chair, one of my regional chairs sent me the memo. In fact, it was one evening. I can say, was it a Tuesday evening? So last week. Yeah. Sent me a memo, Mr. President. No, it was Monday evening. And even though I've worked with the EC, I know the ECs are writing. I know when I read their language, I understand their language. And so as soon as I saw it, in as much as I knew where it is coming from, as we have been preaching, we can't preach virtues and practice the vice. Right. So what I did as the leader was that I have to fact check. It was an internal memo. I have to fact check to be sure that it's really coming from their quarters. And so I did. I quickly did that. I fact checked, and it was confirmed that it was coming from their end. Then quickly I said, oh, okay. Then it means that once they have confirmed, then it means that they didn't engage that, and for that. For me, that is even something we shouldn't even entertain, because engagement is key. That brings peace, because there's no way you engage that we will not get to an amicable settlement. We may meet ourselves halfway. We may reach what we may reach an agreement that will be favorable to all. But if you didn't get, then I called, because I have a relationship, I called the EC chair. And I said, in fact, I sent it to her, and I called her. I was like, oh, madam, hey, this is what we receive. Then, in fact, she explained. She gave me the reasons and everything, congestion, public, public order or public safety, whatever, crowded. There are reports from AU, the AU observers, ECOWAS observers, foreign observers, all have captured in their report that the collation centers are usually crowded and all that. It gave a lot of reasons. The space earmark allocated for collation is not too huge, big, and that, so they need to. But the question is that if you have a report, really, that says that there are congestions at the collation centers, the question is that, did the report say that the media is the one that the media is the main cause of those congestions? Did the report say that? Did the report now apportion, or maybe the report link the congestion to the media and say that the media is the one that will be causing the congestion, or the crowd will be causing the crowd with the crowded, or the crowding out the collation center? We couldn't get an answer. Again, we are even yet to get those reports to even authentic as to whether truly that's what the report says. And again, if it is even so, the way you went about it was not the best. Because now our constituents taking it, and there's pressure on us, mounting pressure. At this point in time, we cannot make compromises, because already you have taken the point. Once we make compromises, it will be that, quote and unquote, they may think we are in bed, because if we've had that discussion earlier, and we had gone to them, that we would have convinced them and let them understand your position. But for this to come out, for them to come to us and be calling on us, we cannot make compromises. We want unfettered access. We need unfettered access.
So that has been granted?
We requested for unfettered access.
And that has been granted?
If you won't grant, what will you do? What can you do?
Yeah.
No, me, I'm leading. Look, my brother, if you know me very well, look, I don't take no for an answer.
That's right.
I make sure that whatever I'm looking for, there's results. So in any way, in any legal means that we will use to get that needed result, we will do. And that is why from the beginning of this year, you've seen us taking some radical measures against attackers and perpetrators on the media, attackers of press freedom. People, we have key politicians, political figures, MPs, and minister of state who attack the media, or who supported, let me put it, some of them who supporters and sympathizers and attack the media in the discharge of their duties. And some of us, we saw that, look, in an election year like this, we needed to act fast, because if we don't act fast, this is going to continue.
I think I remember you actually blacklisted some politicians. Politicians,
and that was
because of that.
My brother, this is the first time we blacklisted. First time. And it had biting effect.
It had some effect?
I've said biting. Not just effect. It had biting effect. And that is, didn't you see this politicians and these public personalities coming here to apologize? Now calling for truce and all that. You understand? Some even came here to even give us their word to assure us to assist the police with investigation and all that. And so we have our weapons, our tools. Our tools are the pen and the microphone. Now, we don't use gun. We don't use stick. We don't have the muzzles. We don't fight. But you attack us. You can do whatever you want to do to us. We have our weapons. If the time comes for us to utilize our weapons, we'll utilize it. That's why they said the pen is mightier than the sword. If the time comes for us to withdraw our weapons, we will do that. And we have said, time with that number, that look, if you don't have the temperament, you don't have the temperature to accommodate journalists during this election year, and especially during this crucial period, from today to Monday, just stay away from us. Bro, stay away from us. Look, you see, we don't just talk. But you see, it's a serious business. Journalism is not a crime. And so, you just stay away, let us discharge our job. If you think that the journalist has gone wayward or reckless, or maybe if you think that the journalist has discharged its work that you are not happy with, you use the due processes. Hold the due processes. Don't take the laws into your hands. Because if you approach us, if you come to us with hostility, we will welcome you with hostility.
I know you are passionate about safety and security of journalists. It's probably one of the most important things to you and probably your administration, and that's how come you've gone ahead to, put in place extreme measures like blacklisting people and whatnot. Do you think we've made some gains with generally how journalists are treated and respected and probably protected as well?
Yes, of course, babe. Bro, and my good brother, we've made huge gains. Go and look at the statistics, data on attack on journalists during election year. From 1992, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020, and compare it to the data attack on journalists this year. There's huge gains. Now, I believe that we are not making people, we are not trying to instill fear or make people be afraid of journalists, but we are making people, especially the evil ones, those with ill intentions. You understand? The evildoers who are in the act of attacking journalists and causing injury and harm to journalists, to be very, 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 very careful the way they treat journalists, or to they should revisit their notes. You understand? And change their ways or minds, because we know they are still in the business again. But we are saying that under the current leadership recession, you may succeed in doing that, but you may not succeed to have your peace. We will make sure that even if the police is always quick to arrest journalists with those their two obnoxious laws, false news publications. But when it comes to attack on journalists, the perpetrators of attacks on journalists are always seen working freely. That one, the police, you don't see the police swiftly going in to arrest and apprehend these people to face the full laws. We said that if the police even refuse, if the police even delays, if the police even do not act on such matters, by bringing perpetrators to book and by bringing perpetrators to book and by making sure that the laws of this country deals with them. There are two faces of every case, two sides, two faces. Every case, especially case involving cases which are criminal. Remember that all criminal cases can also be civil, can be treated as civil. And so if the police do not take the criminal action, reason we launched, which is one of my major achievements, the Journalist Support Fund. We have a fund, seed capital there, which is earmarked to what? To take civil remedies, or to make sure that to pay for legal fees and all that, to fight such perpetrators and attackers of the media. And that when the journalists come under attack, we will have resources, we have the money, we have what we take to engage the services of a legal person. In fact, we even have a legal team as an institution. Most journalists are lawyers now. So we have put a team together who actually advise us on some of these legal issues. And some of this money used to take care of those things and also to take care of the civil.
Look, if there's one man I know in journalism who's passionate about this profession and who will fight tooth and nail to ensure its credibility and it's respected, it's you. And I've always wondered whether this is actually where you've always wanted to be, even from childhood. Did you see journalism as one of those professions you wanted to be in?
You see, I don't know, but you see, growing up, we were not fortunate, you know. I wouldn't say that. I was born at Alajo. I grew up at Alajo. I studied in the experimental school, A&T, Newtown Experimental. There was little hope. In fact, we didn't anticipate coming this far, even though we were very hopeful that there was God or there is God, and that God can make everything possible. But from where we were, living the Zongo, walking through this Odor River, that Alajo Gata, crossing it here and there, with we had to look at our uniform, torn uniform and all that, going school, we running shift, either you are morning or afternoon. Sometime at that time, that was the time they were showing this movie came. I don't know if you remember, Shuffle. Journey to the West. Sometimes if you are in the afternoon, by the time you are ready to go, they are coming to show.
They are coming to
so
show.
Let me sit down and watch. Let me sit down and watch the Journey to the West. By the time you realize school is over, that is it, because you can't miss it too.
Yeah.
So you can see how some of us, we always pray to be in the morning because they start at 1 p.m.
So by the time you close, you can come and watch it.
That was you see, that's very interesting. But
I see. What were your parents into?
Oh, my mom was a trader.
Okay.
Was a trader. She was a trader. My dad was also a farmer, and was also a businessman.
Okay.
Yes, but then my dad passed out when I was young.
Oh.
I think I was in class 5.
Okay.
That passed out. So single parent.
Wow.
We're about 6.
6 children.
Yes, 6 children.
Wow.
And you understand? And my mom alone. So that's what I'm telling you. It wasn't easy.
Wow.
It wasn't easy.
But was there a profession that you wanted to be when you grew up?
Like I'm saying that, from where we're coming from, we have dreams, but you see, you didn't have hope. And so there's just something. In fact, I started developing the passion, the journalistic passion, when after secondary school, I started working as a people's teacher.
Okay.
I was doing people's teacher. I taught in the many international school preparatory schools. So then I started developing the passion. Actually, because doing all this, do you know I started working, and people don't know this. Like, I started working at the age of 13.
13?
Because I didn't have hope. I didn't even know I could even further medication. I could go to the secondary school. Because my mom was struggling.
What work were you doing at 13?
Oh, I was selling. In fact, I think those of you who are above 40 will know. We used to sell this ice water in Joy.
Yeah.
When you come to town, right? Yes.
The one in cups.
The one in cups.
Yeah.
So in gallon, you just carry the gallon and put the cup. You'll be holding the cup. So yes. So when somebody buys, the person take the cup, then you pour it.
Yeah.
So tell me, I do that. Then I'll pay commission. Then I graduated to PK. and the PK, aside the PK, I was earning this check back. So I did that to at least save some money, support my mom to be able to enter the secondary school. That was after GSS.
I see.
And so in the secondary school, anytime I vacate and I come back, I was going. In fact, I remember I even traded. I at a point went to Kaneshi. Kaneshi, you know what we're doing? We're selling rubber bag. We buy it in dozen. The dozen is 12.
Okay.
So assuming, let's say it's 50 cedis. You understand? With 5 cedis then.
Yeah.
When you sell, you get 6 cedis.
Okay.
So you have 1 cedi.
Yeah.
As profit. So the number of dozens we're able to sell will determine how much you make. So, and because the profit margin was not that huge, when we are coming from Alajo, we have to walk through the industrial area, through the Kaneshi Polyclinic to Kaneshi. When we close and we are tired, sometimes we'll join the Trotsky, sometimes we have to walk, manage, regardless. We didn't have 2 square mile. I'm telling you. When you eat heavy in the morning, and that is it. When you come home and there's food, you eat. When you come home and there's no food, you drink water.
And you sleep.
You sleep. Because so it was a struggle. At the point I remember in secondary school, I was in fact I was schooling, and when I come home, there was this cafe. That was the time Sakawa was coming up,
Okay.
that yes, they would generate credit card to buy those things. So a big brother of mine had opened the cafe, so we'll go there and they support. So at night, so once I'm there at night, they'll leave it for me. They train me. So night, I was the one watching. The boys will come. I did that to make some money.
So you joined them?
No, I didn't do. I never. I didn't. In fact, do you know that I was rather helping them to generate credit card, but I never joined the act.
I see.
I don't know because I didn't fancy it.
Yeah.
They were buying, they will buy big clothes. They'll bring the shoes. They will see those dresses, that thing. I said no. I didn't fancy that. So
I see.
yes, I was doing that, and sometimes during the day, my auntie used to she owns a shop at is it Makola? Yes, Makola, and biscuit shop. I don't know if you heard of Atayi. Do you remember Atayi, that criminal, hardcore criminal?
Oh, of course.
Was arrested some years back. Yes. You remember he crossed one woman on the St. John's Road, St. John's to Taifa. On the way home, he crossed the woman and ambushed the woman, robbed the woman. It was through that robbing that he got arrested. A woman. Yes, that was my auntie.
That was your auntie?
Yes, that was my auntie. Should I say we were family friends, so I call her an auntie. So we'll go to the shop, carry some of the biscuits when you buy them. I'll be in the storeroom that I'll be carrying, be helping, and I'll get some tips. But I struggle, I was left out from my year group when we were going to final year because I was owing. I couldn't pay for my registration fee. Do you know that they published, and I was a prefect too. I've been a prefect from my junior secondary school.
I know you were passionate about student leadership, even at Gimpa.
Even at Gimpa, you know that. You know that, man.
Even at Gimpa, you were passionate about student leadership.
Of course.
So I see.
So growing up, I can tell you that we were born to lead. Because for me, I remember at the junior secondary school, JSS, A&T, I was the deputy compound overseer. At time. See, I will go. I remember the conversation was Elijah, a tall guy like that. Then at my secondary school, Takwa Secondary School, Tasco, too. I remember when we were level 200. When we were second year, the level when we were in SS2. When the seniors were writing their exams, they were selecting some of the SS2 students as seniors on duty.
Okay.
And in fact, I was the third batch. And when they selected me, I overworked myself. Then the then school prefect and then the assistant school prefect, if I saw, they realized the effort, they realized how hard working I was, and they made me forever senior on duty.
Wow.
When I was in SS2. Then
you always exuded those leadership qualities.
I became the acting Daniel prefect. I was now leading the Daniel prefect as SS2.
I see.
Then because I was so hard, and at the point I actually stepped on a lot of tools. So I contested for the election to become the protocol prefect, and then but fortunately, in fact, I didn't win the protocol prefect, I became the assistant protocol prefect.
Right.
The protocol prefect when I won in SS3. So I was holding the position, I was owing. So do you know, let me tell you, it took the intervention of the school Beza, Takwa Secondary School, and I'll say this here, Beza, to help me pay for my registration fee, be able to register and join my people. The names were posted, and you go there, and Dwumfuor's name was not in it.
I see.
And I remember that when I come home, I'll go to my big brother, Tobinko's dad. He used to live at Aushinya. I'll go and stay there, help with household chores. So when I'm going there, they will send me to Tobinko, will support me, maybe my fees. My mother will pay the rest, will give me something. Then it will left with transportation.
Okay.
My brother, transportation from here to Takwa. Having given you now, you have to struggle to go. How do you go? First, let me tell you one sad thing. And this is a day I'll never forget. Something that always gives me a reason to strive other. Bro, one day, I've come home. It was during this registration time. We're going to hand over. Because I've come home long with them. You have to come in. They said we should come and then get our money to register and all that. That was when I said the Beza paid for me. So I got managed. My mom gave me something. Went to Binko, supported. from Accra to Takwa, that time was 16,000. Was it 16,000?
That should be about
Today's 16 cities.
Yeah, 16 cities.
Today's 16 cities. Then. And was it even 16 cities? No 16 cities. So it's like 1 CD or something. Okay, yeah, that time. And so I needed the money. That time it wasn't easy. 90s and to 2000. I needed the money. I didn't. So my mother called one of her siblings, that is a younger sister. Said, hey, Kwabena base school, I can't transport anyway. Couldn't raise the transport, and if I use the money, I cannot pay fees. So what? And school has to reopen, and we're handing over because we're going to write. We're writing. We have started writing mock and all that. Then he said, oh, that time there was a construction company called Eagle Star, who were constructing the road from the Western region, I think, Bordia to Maswa Menfi. That's at Bogoso side. So, and the Eagle Star, the head office was at Malam, and the accountant lives in Accra. So he comes to Accra often, like weekend. So he was going back. Then my auntie said, oh, now the accountant, Eagle Star for accountant in Accra, or Accra, now Matisse so oba. And then my main friend, now say, Obetima for Kwabena. Then Mom said, okay. Then he called and said, oh, he said he should come and that he should go and wait at Malam Junction. You see where the former the filling station we used to get flooded whenever it rains, that side. So they asked me to go and wait there. He gave me time. I think he said I should be there before 12 or so. I got there because I didn't have option around 10, 11. I stood there to like 2 p.m. in the sun. I don't want to miss it. With my check bag and my... this man was not coming. This guy was not coming. At the point, I got fed up. So I was worried. Then around 2 something, then the car came. It was a pickup. So as soon as I saw the car, I was a bit relieved. I sighed. And I said, oh. Then he said I should sit down. They put the bag at the back of the boot. And I sat in the car. So there were 2, so including making 3. Bro, I thought I've gotten an air-conditioned car to Takwa, so I was enjoying. Right, if I tell you what happened, interesting. So we got to Apam Junction and Kamu, that's called Apam Junction. Then the man said, oh, he wants to see something. In fact, he wants to see someone. So she passed there. So we passed there. I didn't know. Bro, not knowing the man was going for his family, and his family was traveling with him to the Western region. The wife and the children. So we went, parked for like 30 minutes, and then we come. So then we saw the family. So as soon as I saw the numbers, I realized that no. But bro, Obi Manso, I wish I was even in Accra. I didn't have any option. As soon as I saw them coming, I counted the numbers. And I realized that no, there's no way I'm going to be inside there.
So you had to jump into the bucket?
Bro, not just jump into the bucket. They loaded the bucket with foodstuffs. So together with the other guy who I was with, the car, we have to go and sit on the goose.
At the back?
At the back.
From here all the way to
Takwa. That time the road was not good.
I can imagine.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The road. Very deplorable road. And do you know what happened?
Tell me.
Bro, that wasn't enough. They loaded, I sat there with my things, my Gary, my mom, like I said, he was a trader, and he goes on market trip, so he brings Gary. So he has given half for me, Gary. The whole school, if your Gary finish, come to me, you get some. Half of Gary, I was champion. Bro, we sat on it, and lo and behold, we got to Elimina. Between Elimina and Commander, then I realized the crowd has changed.
It's about to rain.
About to rain. Good. We were seated, and as we've held the bar. So as soon as we thought this man will have at least will be human. and have a feeling that there's somebody at the back, so he may want to back. Because you could feel that it was raining ahead of us.
Yeah.
The man didn't back. He was even on the top speed. Africa Nana just went meme. Bro.
You've been through a lot.
Bro. Just about 10-15 minutes, we entered the rain. We started heavily.
Wow.
Do you believe from commander, whenever I remember this and I cry, from commander to Kwesimin Team Takrade, that is where the rain stopped. The man didn't stop.
Wow. Wow.
Man didn't stop.
I can imagine. That's terrible.
I drove through the Rabu road to Takwa. I got to my school and I said, thank you, God. I got that. My gari, my provision, everything was spoiled. I was shivering.
I can imagine.
I was messy. So the securities know me. They know me. I'm senior Dwumfuor. They called me Dwumfuor. Then okay. So they came to me. Look, my brother, I was sick for weeks. I couldn't even go for the Adinova.
So we can now say to God be the glory.
Yes, to God be the glory, because it hasn't been easy.
You have been through it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And people sit back, people sit where, and then when they see us today, see us in the glory, they think we were born with silver spoon.
Anyway, you've done well, and I need to say congratulations to you.
Thank
because
you,
this is quite a very touching story, and it tells a picture of where you are from and where you are now. I mean, it's an inspiring story that nobody knows tomorrow.
Of course.
Right? Nobody knows tomorrow.
Somebody said I should write a book, and you know the title he gave me?
What?
As for you, I'll reveal to you. He said what? From pessimistic, what is it? Situation to optimistic outlook.
Yeah, from the pessimistic to the optimistic outlook. Wow. That would be a very good one. That would be a bestseller.
I'm telling you.
We want to see that book.
And
you need to write that book.
When I won the GJ election, I remember after the story we went Thanksgiving service. So I invited our people, including some editors, to Alajo, Church of Pentecost, where I've worshipped all my years. So the GNA editor, one of the GNA editors were part, and others. And do you know the story?
Tell me.
So after the Thanksgiving, in the evening, he sent me a story. You know the story?
What?
From the gutters of Alajo to this city.
Yes.
Yes.
To the president of
the
GJA.
GJA.
Wow.
The gutters.
Congratulations, man. You've done it all.
You've done
it all. As we wrap up, Ghana is going to the polls in a few hours. You've worked closely with Alan Martin. Are you throwing your support behind him?
Bro, I don't have any support to throw behind anybody.
I had to single him out because I think he's probably the one you've worked closest with. You've done some work with John Mahama.
Almost all of them. Almost all of them. Yes. Almost.
What do you think is best for Ghana?
For me, I think that we leave that decision for Ghanaians. What we can do as media, or for the sake of our constitutional mandate, discharging our constitutional mandate, is to just inform,
right,
and help shape the decision of Ghanaians.
Okay.
And so for me, from where I sit, I'm a referee, just like the EC. And so I will only say that I'll wish the best candidate well.
May the best man win.
Best one wins. But at the end of the day, what is important is that the media has a huge role to play, to be very circumspect from this period, or within this period, as we've been, and to carry our job well, having at the back of our mind that Ghana is all we've got.
Right.
In fact, we pride ourselves as the beacon of democracy. It is up to us to guard the democracy and the peace we've been enjoying over the years. It is up to us to say that, look, when during our tenure, during our period, we jealously protected the peace.
Okay.
I hope that at the end of the day, Ghana will be the winner.
Ghana will be the winner. Yes, the one and only General One, Mr. Albert Kwabena Dwumfuor, President of the Ghana Journalists Association, here on Personality Profile. I've had such a very wonderful time with you, honestly. I mean, this has been a very revealing conversation. Thank you so much, and do enjoy your day. Thanks a lot for watching us.